This is like when I used to play Pokemon and you've got one really, really good Pokemon and the rest of them are terrible.
Yeah.
And you go to fight all the bosses and as soon as your big one dies, the rest of them just fall within seconds.
Yeah.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Q&A Extra. This is where we take a deeper dive into one of your questions from our YouTube community tab. So this one comes from Extreme Empire, who says, as Verratti, Mbappe and Di Maria are missing the tie, do you think Atalanta has the best chance to progress into the semis? Imagine Atalanta in the semi-finals.
I know. Oh, that'd be so good for them. I'd be really happy to see that. I think, obviously, if PSG are missing some of their best names, of course they have a better chance to progress.
Atalanta, you mean, have a better chance?
Yeah, sorry, Atalanta. Yeah, I think, obviously, Di Maria, Mbappe. I don't know if Mbappe is actually going to miss it.
They said he was training with a ball, but not as in by himself, so not full training.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if this is going to be one of those where, yeah, he's injured, like there's been a picture of him with crutches, but then he's just going to appear in the starting lineup and everyone's going to be shocked. I don't know. But, yeah, like I say, if players like that are missing, great for them because it gives them a better chance. I think for Atalanta, I think Ilicic is not available.
No, he's not.
They've obviously got like Muriel, Zapata, Gomez, who have, provided goals for them.
And Gersons and Castagna at fullback as well. They've got goals.
That's the thing, and I have got high hopes for Atalanta in this game against PSG because I will always go back to, if Manchester United could beat them with a team of 12-year-olds, then why can Atalanta not beat them that are a solid, brilliant team?
And who have scored 98 Serie A goals this season. Exactly. I'm starting to feel a bit bad for PSG.
It's just not happening, is it?
All they want is just a good, honest Champions League season without these damn injuries. This will be the third year in a row where either Neymar or Mbappe is missing. And I was thinking, Mbappe would be the king of all super subs. If you're tired with 10 minutes to go or extra time, and suddenly one of the fastest footballers in world football comes onto the pitch, you'd be devastated as the Atalanta defence. But they're in a bit of a bind here because would you risk Mbappe for 10 minutes as a sub? Hopefully, he can come on, get you a goal, get you through. But then you lose him for the semi-finals, which will be the biggest game of PSG's history. If they're in the semi-finals Champions League, you lose Mbappe. Or do they keep him on the bench or not even in the matchday squad, hope they'll get past Atalanta without him, and then he'll be fit for the semis? That's the dilemma I think they're facing.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I don't mean this disrespectfully to Atalanta because they are a very good team and they deserve where they are. But if they can't beat Atalanta without Mbappe and move forward, then I don't know if they're worthy of winning the Champions League. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely. They have to be.
If you are the best in Europe, then one player should not stop you from still having a brilliant game.
You should have a great team.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it works for Atalanta that this is just going to be one game as well.
Yeah, it works for them that it's going to be one game. But yeah, no, I think that's the whole point, is that they need this concoction of a few injuries, a bit of doubt, not playing the best at the moment to win on this one-off day. But you're right, if PSG don't get through, it's a much bigger shame than an almost surprise as if Atalanta didn't get through. If the Italians don't get through, you say, they had a good run, they're an exciting team to watch, but there's no shame in losing to a multi-million-pound PSG.
There's not as much pressure.
Yeah, if PSG don't get through and they come out and say, but we didn't have Mbappe, they say, well, what about, Neymar costing more than the whole Atalanta squad? What about the rest of the team that are still high-quality players? And Choupo-Moting's probably going to have to start up front for PSG, with Cavani having left the club and Mbappe and Di Maria injured. But that's neither here nor there. I think I think that you're right, PSG do need to be a better team, and I think it's almost telling for the future as well. But if they're to say that, we didn't get here because Neymar and Mbappe, what happens when Mbappe leaves?
Exactly.
Or Neymar leaves? What happens when you don't have the one or two best players in the world at that moment?
And I think that's when you look at PSG as to when that time comes. What have they been doing all these years with all this money?
What is the project?
That's when you're looking sideways and thinking, hang on, you've literally got these two players that you can't live without, and the rest of your team is just what? What
else have you been doing?
What have you guys been doing? Yeah, I mean, because this has been going on, it feels like for a very long time, of PSG trying to progress in the Champions League.
The best part of this decade, The best part of this decade.
And like you say, if something happens to those two and it all, goes wrong, and like you say, if they leave, I am starting to think, what are you doing in training? Is it just Mbappe and Neymar that train and everyone else is just sat playing cards or something? I don't understand.
So, there was actually another comment from one of our viewers in the community tab that said they're literally just Di Maria, Mbappe and Neymar. And it is a very good point, and I think we talk about it a lot, is the fact that these guys are more than enough to absolutely trash Liga every year.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is that they do that and then they're like, we've got a good team, but you don't really have a good team. You know what this reminds me of? This is going way off topic. This is like when I used to play Pokemon and you've got one really, really good Pokemon and the rest of them are terrible.
Yeah.
And you go to fight all the bosses, and as soon as your big one dies, the rest of them just fall within seconds.
Yeah. Game over.
This is, I can't remember what it's called in Pokemon. We're that league where you go and face 8 of them. Anyway, enough of that. Back to the PSG. This is literally their problem. And I think Atalanta has the best chance. You'd kill for a chance like this. To be on Atalanta's kind of form, to face everything that's happening at PSG, and say with the injuries and this and that, and the game is one game. This will never happen again because, on any other year, the Champions League, they would have had to beat PSG over 180 minutes rather than 90.
Exactly.
This is the perfect storm for Atalanta, or for any other one in that case. Leipzig against Atletico Madrid as well. This is the perfect time for just a one-off blitz to happen. Because, this is the clip of the video. Atalanta are 3 games away from winning the Champions League. That's it.
That is special.
3 90-minute matches away from winning the Champions League, where anything can happen.
I think they're going to win it now. I've decided.
I've talked myself into it. But the same thing. We talk about Cristiano Ronaldo helping Juventus, and I mean, this is going to come out before the second leg against Lyon, but you never know what's going to happen in that second leg. My prediction is that Juve will get through. Juventus have been terrible recently. We've seen it in their last 2 games. They lost the last 2 games in Serie A. Those were just the odd 90 minutes where Juve were having a bit of an off day, and they lost to some poor teams in the league. So anything can happen, and I feel like Extreme Empire. We've taken almost 8 minutes to say yes. We do think Atalanta have a chance to progress.
100%.
Very cool. Anyway, so that was our Q&A Extra. Thank you so much for that question. And all your questions on the rest of the Q&A videos as well. Make sure you let us know your thoughts on this PSG Atalanta tie in the comment section down below. You can hit the like button and check out all the other stuff we've got going on Onefootball. But for myself and Angelina, we will see you guys next time.